Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Keith Andrew Network. It's episode 686. That's right, episode 686. I'm here as two of my good friends. I'm here with Bill Taub and Ann Richardson. I just want to say thank you for being a guest on my talk show.
Good to be here.
The honor's all mine. For people who want to know what my talk show is about, if you can pick it up because I'm butchering your names. The whole point of my talk show is to show people that even with having a learning disability, I can still amount to something. And at the same time, I'm able to turn myself into an example for people out there dealing with any types of learning disabilities and disabilities to never give up and prove people wrong. Prove to them that labels do not dictate who you are and who you're going to be. To prove to them you can step out to something. So hashtag break the labels. With that being said, for people who want to know who Mr. Bill is, it's funny, I actually said that to you last time I interviewed you.
Yeah.
Everyone who wants to know who Bill is a professional actor, freelance writer. There are a couple of things I do want to talk to you about that if you're interested.
Sure.
The last time Bill was on my show was, I don't remember the year, it was probably like 2014, 2015. That season was episode 212. And Ann, I forgot to write down our episode, so please forgive me about that. But
No
it was a couple years ago, but this is part 2 for both of you. And like I said, it's a real honor and privilege to have you here. And for people who want to know who the beautiful and talented Ms. Ann is, you're actually a book narrator.
Yes, I am. I narrate audiobooks. Before you began our discussion, I was describing how I've been practicing for shelter in place for years.
Right.
I just stay in this little box all day long and I don't go anywhere narrating books. So today's current health crisis has had probably a bigger impact on others than it has on me.
It's great to have a digital business.
Mm-hmm.
If you guys are interested, I would love to work with you. Bill, you can write my book, and Andy can narrate it.
I don't think I could capture your wonderful personality, Keith. You've got such a sparkling way about you. I think you would be the one to tell your story.
And that's the whole point, that you do it. So you're not stopped from doing it.
So you can prove your point.
You prove your point. And as you said, you can always edit it.
That's right.
Yeah, it's funny.
Nobody should read it. Nobody should read your book, your story, other than you.
It's funny. My brother wrote his book a long time ago, and I was jealous because I use him for an inspiration. I wrote my book right afterwards, and of course, it was filled with spelling errors. It was called When You Overcome. This is my first mistake. Mistake number 1: when you overcome controversy. Okay, remember that. When you overcome controversy, dreams do come true, even if you have a learning disability. That's the title of the book. And everyone's like, first off, you can't overcome controversy because that's not a thing. And they like to poke out and point out, how do you spell title? And of course, now it's like Title. But at the time, I wrote it as Tittle, and they're like, that's tittle. So yeah, the title of the book, controversy, and like you said, I wrote the story about life growing up, being the youngest out of 4 brothers and 1 sister, and I did this in 1st grade, and then this in 2nd grade, and I felt like that was more bitching and moaning, man. It's like, oh, well, I did this when I was 4, and then I did this when I was 5. It's like, that's not really, and it's PG-13, but you guys have the rights to say whatever you want, so go right ahead. And every episode's different. But I felt like I was complaining, and it's like, no one cares about this. There's no story to it. So I know, Bill, you're a writer and you're a narrator. I would love to work with both of you, and you guys can have the credit so we can do like a joint project. But I tried writing a book. The cover was really nice. Have no idea how I even did that. But to be honest, everyone's like, "Oh, you should write a book," but I don't feel like I accomplished anything to come close to writing a book. Because yes, I did. I'm almost near the 700 mark officially, and been doing this 7.5 years. And I actually invited both of you to be a part of my 7-year anniversary. I know you guys were busy, not holding it against you. There's always next time. But there's so many things that, yes, I was actually on public broadcasting on Manhattan neighborhood of broadcasting. It pretty much is just like PBS, with all that. If you live in the city, I don't know if you guys have it in California, local broadcasting, where if you can share local stories or talents. But I was there. I told my story. I can definitely share the interview with you guys. I don't know. Once I'm on Fox News, CNN, Good Morning America, Friends, whatever show it is. I really don't care what it is. If you give me opportunity about a TV show, I will take it. But until I get to that point where people actually recognize me, it's kind of like, who's this guy?
No. You got it backwards. You got it backwards. The book is going to help you get recognized. Do not, you can't wait. It's sort of like people who say, well, I'll wait until I'm a star. All right. That's not the point. The point is how you've gotten to where you are and who you are and what drives you. That's an inspiration to others. If you wait until you're a star, they're going to go, I can't do that.
No, I agree. That's why I want you to write my book.
I'm encouraging you.
To be honest, I have, what was that word? I'm dyslexic. So I can say words, but spelling's not really good. So we can cope with it. Well, don't say no. Let's think about it.
I'm thinking about it, but I'm going to say exactly what Ann does.
Do it yourself.
Do it audio. Talk
That's not a bad idea.
Speech to text.
It's true.
There's a lot of programs coming out now that will take your dictation, and then you can always find professionals to help you polish it up.
That's right.
Don't worry about spelling and technical things, syntax. Don't worry about that. But there are a lot of professionals you can hire that know how to do their job. Your job, Keith, is to do your talk show and to be well known and to prove your point. It's kind of like, I feel really bad during this shelter in place crisis because so many parents have to stay home and then teach their kids what they can't go to school and learn. Well, I didn't go to school to be a teacher. All of a sudden, people are being shoved into jobs that they didn't train for and they don't really want to do and they don't know how to do it. So why shove yourself into a job that's difficult, that you aren't that strong at? Hire them. You tell your story brilliantly. You can tell it with your mouth and they can write it down for you and make it into a great book. But Bill's right. You have to say it yourself. Pay money to the people that do the rest of that stuff.
Well, we can always ghostwrite it, or I can tell my story and Bill can write it and then you can read it.
Yeah, but the point is the printed page, is just one form. Yeah. I mean, listen to the voice. I mean, as you may or may not know, one of the things that I'm really into now, and I try and help other writers with, is what we call scripted audio. When you're doing whole productions, dramas, comedies, documentaries, just audio. It is the most powerful medium out there. That's the way it all started. I mean, when I taught at UCLA, I did because I came upon it because I was in some talks with Amazon and they were telling me they don't want audiobooks to be the main focus of their business or the only focus of their business. They were gearing up to do this thing called scripted audio, which now has come of age. All right. So do not discount the power of just audio.
No, I agree. And to be honest, I actually prefer audiobooks instead of normal books.
There you go. And the nice thing, and I learned it, and Ann knows it instinctively now, is that people say to me when I tell writers, forget, show, don't tell, show, don't tell. You can't show. All right. And they go like, oh, just tell? I say, yes, just tell. Listen to the radio shows of the 30s and 40s. They became the TV shows of the 50s and 60s. All we're doing now is reverse engineering. And they're being picked up for television and movies because they started as audio. But people go, I could listen to that in the car. Yes, you can. Not, I can do that when I'm at the gym. Not these days, but yes, you can. I can do that while I'm shopping. Yes, you can. It is so freeing, and the imagination is so clear that do not discount just audio.
No, I agree. Now I'm going to pass the show. Before I pass the show over, I'm going to take a quick commercial break. But the one thing I do want to talk about real fast with Bill is what was the message that you were trying to share with the video that you were doing on Facebook? You mentioned people who are scared about doing.
Oh, okay. All right. One of the things I do, which is something that you're proving here, is that I'm trying to empower writers to do a home-based online business, okay? That is the best way to earn some money and get healthy or whatever it is you want to do. But in this day and age, you do not have many options. And being digital is easy. And if we have people, so I do that, my wife and I do this health and fitness thing, and we have handicapped people or people with disabilities. We have deaf people who go on Zoom, and we have an interpreter. So it's really a terrific platform. That's a long way of saying one of the things I do to help me get better at that is I follow this coach called Ray Higdon, and he is a network marketing guru, and he's terrific. So he set up this, what he calls the 14-day challenge, where every day for 14 days, so that we get used to it, all right, and not be terrified of it, we have to do a Facebook Live. So for the past 10 days, and we can talk about whatever we want. So for the past 10 days, each day, I've been doing a Facebook Live. And one of them, I think one of them I did was what you were talking about. I've done one on, how to get along, or not only how to get along, how to network, you pick a time, and they're only like 3-4 minutes long, but so that's just an exercise that we have to put on Facebook. And then it gets tallied. All right. So that's what that is. Nothing serious, but I really come down to the point where I hope the message is good. I'm not just putting on there,
No, I agree. Now, I'm going to do something fun with both of you. I'm going to ask you 2 hard-hitting questions. I'm going to pass it over to you guys, and you can guys ask me anything. You can ask each other anything. The first thing is social media. Can social media make you or break you with everything that you both accomplish? Do you think your Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, do you think your following dictates if people should work with you or if you get a certain role? And Bill, I'm going to start off with the beautiful and talented Ms. Ann.
Good. I think that's the way it should be.
So does social media make or break me? Am I getting that right? Social media for me has had many different facets, and I'm amazed at how much I learn by being active on social media. Yes, it is a platform for me to post about accomplishments, or I love to post about books I'm narrating because I have the best clients. They give me the most interesting books, and I narrate a lot of nonfiction, so I learn a lot. And I love to post interesting things that I learn, and other people that know me or may not know me get to know me. And if they have the same interests, we connect and we form a friendship. So that aspect has been wonderful. The other aspect that I really lean on heavily is the community of audiobook narrators and voiceover artists, because we share what troubles us. Maybe someone is struggling with pronunciation of words in a different language, or maybe somebody's struggling with how to introduce themselves to a publisher. The community I'm in is so generous and giving. You will get 10 or 12 answers back to a question that somebody asks. They'll say, well, I speak German, so maybe I can help you with these pronunciations. And everybody else on that thread is going to remember that that person spoke German. So the next time somebody has a German question, they know who to reach out to. As far as like promoting your career and struggling with that, there are so many people in my community that are further along than I am who have tried different methods that may or may not be effective, and they're generous and willing to share that with me and the group. Or if maybe a publisher, an independent publisher went out of business or something and people are wondering, where's my money? Or I sent an email but nobody's answering. Somebody will chime in and say, well, they went out of business. You're not going to have a lot of luck. So things really get shared freely in the audiobook community. But I will say it would be very, very easy to completely tank my career by going down a poor political pathway or exhibiting bad judgment or logging on under the influence of some chemical or something and saying stupid things. It would be very easy to damage my reputation. So it's a double-edged sword. It can be very, very good, and it can also be very dangerous.
No, I agree. I made a joke earlier. It was my last guest. We were talking about politics real fast, and I said anyone will be a better president than what we have right now.
That's not a joke.
I was waiting for the punchline, but that's not a joke.
That's not a joke.
I know,
We are the joke.
To be honest, it's kind of my fault for voting for him. But
what?
not to talk about politics or anything, but like I said, anyone, personally, I would vote for Joe Biden. He seems like a nice guy. And it's not, you can't have like the nice guy mentality because people would think, oh, he's a nice guy. Then you're going to walk all over you. You need to have that in between where, okay, he's approachable, but he gets things done. Then, this jack off that we have, the orange Cheeto, where, it's kind of like, and then The Rock even said this during the pandemic. The Rock came out, I don't know if you saw the video, The Rock said, where is our leader? And then he showed a picture of him playing golf. But it's funny that he said, well, if he was ever in office, he would never, ever play golf like Obama. But yet, what is he doing? So, stupid is what stupid does. But, hey, when the time comes for the mail-in, do the right thing, vote the garbage out, get someone in, because right now, the shit's really hitting the fan, because you have the coronavirus, you have the Black Lives Matter,
I would encourage you to look more broadly than that. I think that certainly from my perspective, and we don't have to go down this road at all, the most important thing is turn over the Senate. So when you come to vote for the Senate, keep that in mind, because Trump could not be doing what Trump is doing if he didn't have people who went AWOL.
No, I agree with you. And what do you think?
My mama always told me not to discuss religion or politics. I will say that we are in an unprecedented time right now, and something good needs to happen.
Yeah, well, we need to make it happen.
Exactly. And it starts, like you said, Bill, it needs to be a broader thought process. And I think what needs to happen is people should focus on being good people and being kind to each other and doing the right thing. And I'm sorry, but I just got somebody delivered flowers and they're leaking all over the table.
Happy Thursday.
Thank you. It's I just heard it dripping under the table and in the middle of my big philanthropic.
Is it a special occasion or just an everyday occasion?
It's my birthday.
Oh my goodness!
Happy birthday.
Oops, that's bad.
You're going to get killed on Facebook now.
I love it. I have a wonderful group of friends, and my family has been calling this morning, and it's been a wonderful day. And now I have to mop the floor.
You actually might know somebody I know who's done very well with Edward Ballerini.
Eduardo.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Oh, he's so good. I'm a fan of his. I'm a fangirl.
Yeah, no, I've known him for years. I first met him because he took one of my UCLA classes, and we've stayed friends all this time. But he's done so well, and I couldn't wish it on a nicer person. Yeah.
He's amazing. He's one of the few celebrities that comes to the annual Audio Awards. He's
So
very, very.
he's a celebrity. Okay, because
Oh yeah, we don't get very many. They're all doing audiobooks now.
yes.
Tons of A-listers are doing audiobooks, but do they come to the award ceremonies? Not so much.
Oh, but he made a career out of the audiobooks. That's how
Yeah.
he made his name. He didn't make his name somewhere else and then do audiobooks.
Well, he did a couple movies. Not, I don't think that. I'm not sure.
Yeah, no, his claim to fame is the audiobooks.
He's done very well for himself, and
Yeah.
even though he may not be, the water's creeping towards me, even though he may not, be the status of Brad Pitt, he's kind enough to come to our things and really honor
Absolutely.
the industry and give back.
That's
Um,
great.
and that's
I'm so great that he can have an impact on you guys.
Yeah. Oh, and his narration. My goodness, if he took a class of yours, I want to take a class of yours because I would love to be as wonderful as Eduardo Ballerini is.
Well, it was a writing class. It wasn't an audio class. It was a writing class. I do them online at UCLA occasionally, and
Okay.
so yeah, so he took it. But sure, I'd be happy to tell you about them. So yeah,
But it's funny, you said the water's creeping towards you. The water's creeping towards me. And that's why I thought on my fingers, like, you know what? That would be a nice title of a book.
it would.
You have my permission to quote me. You don't even have to cite me.
But the book I'm actually working on, like we were talking about books earlier, is I was telling my dad, what are these different titles? And like, this is being used. It's not original. So I got annoyed. I said, does it really matter? And my dad looked at me and said, that's the title of your book. Keith Andrew, does it really matter?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I was going to say this to you before when you were talking about the title of your book. The one thing I've learned from doing my own book and dealing with other people in self-publishing is that people who do these things just, randomly don't realize the most important thing they can do with the cover is to make it readable in icon size. If it's not readable in icon size, you are sabotaging yourself. So on Amazon, it's like this. And I would double check that and make sure that whatever your title is or whatever the artwork is, it works very well as a graphic in icon size. It's like with sound, with audio, we go like, well, what does it sound like on the smartphone as opposed to the, surround sound room? Because a lot of people are going to do that. So yes, I think doesn't really matter is great.
No, absolutely. And like I said, I would love to work with you. I'm not trying to press it on you, but
It's okay.
it's always better. I'm looking to hire a ghostwriter because I will tell you the story, but I just want someone to put it or write it in a certain way because I'm not a storyteller.
If you're willing to pay, I mean, you can find them, and we could, and quite frankly, you asked about social media.
Oh no.
That's one of the benefits of social media. Whenever I'm looking for something, huh? What did you say?
For a moment.
Oh, I froze for a moment.
It's better to work with someone you know than someone you don't know.
Well, okay. I mean, the thing is, when I do my web series and stuff like that, and I need music people or I need actors or whatever it is, you can go online and sample everybody from all over the world. The woman who did my cover art for my book is in Kentucky. Doesn't matter. So it's just realize that. If you're really looking for a ghostwriter, I'll help you find one.
No, I appreciate it. Now, the last question I want to ask you, then I have a couple questions for you guys off the air, is how can people follow you on social media? Are you on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn? Any websites that you're on that you would recommend? Whoever wants to go first.
Go first, Dan.
Oh. I'm on all of those. I'm on Facebook. I think it's Ann Richardson Narrator, Ann Richardson _narrator. I'm on Instagram. I can't remember what I called myself there. Same thing. I'm on Twitter as Her Smooth Voice. I'm on LinkedIn as Ann Richardson Narrator, I think. I'm easy to find, you know. There's no E on Ann. It's just ANN Richardson. And that's it.
No E.
No E.
What about you, Bill?
Yeah, no, I'm absolutely the same. I am, over the years, I have learned to become more and more digital, more and more on social media. And I wasn't always, you know, so I'm on Facebook, I'm on Twitter, I'm on LinkedIn, I'm on Instagram, which I have to do more of. You know, I go on things like Alignable, you know, and stuff like that. But it's all about reaching out, not having people come to you. So that's why I use social media. And then my website is billtaub.com.
No, absolutely. Now, the last question I asked before I kicked us off, and I'm still recording. Before the timer runs out, that's what happens when you get the paid version. When I approached you guys to be on the show for the second time, what was your honest opinion, and what made you say yes, and how do you feel?
And you want to go first? Or...
I was excited, Keith. I was so happy to get your invitation to your 10-year anniversary, and sad that I couldn't attend. But when you asked me to come on your show a second time, I felt really good, and I'm glad that we were able to work out the scheduling. And I'm happy to be here because I am just so impressed with your determination and your laser focus on your goal. I'm thrilled.
I've been following you off, you know, ever since I did the show about 4 or 5 years ago, whatever it was. I've just followed you. I followed you on your jobs. I followed you on what's going on in your life. I followed you. And the fact that you have kept this going for so long is a testament that you need to become a role model, because you can bring so much help to people by being the example. So you can, as soon as you asked me, I go like, there's nothing to think about, you know? I mean, we are here to support you, and I'm here to support you, and I'm here to encourage you to let other people know what is possible.
No, absolutely. Now, I do have a couple of ideas for you guys off the air, and don't worry, it's not about the book. That's on my things to do list. But wrapping up, it was a real honor and privilege having you as a guest. And I'm looking forward to part 3 down the road.
Hi, I'm Paisley Blackburn.
I'm Ashley Burgess.
Hi, my name is Jeanette Abney.
Hi, I'm Sharon Spank.
Hey, this is Samantha Moore.
Hi, I'm Melody Jones.
Hi, my name is Becky Yee.
Hi, you're watching the Keith Andrew Network.